Roy Bryant, Milman, they were in court every day. And they sat at the front and they chewed on cigars.
They were playing with their little boys and laughing with their wives, and you just felt like they felt very sure that they would not be convicted.
Papa, Mose Wright, said, hey, one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna testify at the trial. Whether I live, I don't know, but I'm gonna talk.
Simeon, one of the cousins who was actually in the bed with Emmett when they took him,
he then, just like Reverend Mose, can be a witness to what happened.
Simeon went every day with Papa because he thought he would be called to testify. And they kept him back in the witness room, but you know, he could see the people. And he saw how that they had the black press and all that. They sitting over on the side at a little card table.
The legacy of slavery is everywhere in that courtroom. The courtroom is segregated, with blacks on one side, whites on the other.
Mose Wright was the bravest black man I've ever known in my life. To have testified as he did.
On August the 28th, Mose said someone came to his door knocking.
He testified that they got Emmett Till out of bed at about 2 to 2:30 a.m.
They brought him out of the house and asked someone, was that the boy?
Prosecutor asked, was that a man's voice or a lady's voice you heard in the car? Mose answers, it seemed like it was a lighter voice than a man's. We don't know if it was Carolyn Bryant in the truck. It's been assumed over time that it was Carolyn Bryant, but then there are others who have assumed that she stayed back at the store.
And when he was asked, could he identify the two men who had come to his house and taken Emmett Till away with them?
He stood up and almost stood on his tiptoes and pointed at Milman and said, there he is. And then said Mr. Bryant was with him.
it was taking a stand as if to say, you killed my nephew, but you're not gonna run me off. That took guts.
I see some of the athletes, they were put up their fist and kneel during the Star-Spangled Banner. It's because of, I think, what my father did.
His example is the example of those who are not going to be silent, those who know that there is a price to pay.
That day, my grandfather had come home from trial, and he couldn't sleep. He said he was restless, and he got up and went and slept in the cemetery.
When Mamie Till-Mobley shows up in the courtroom, the white photographers and other reporters go crazy trying to get pictures of her. She is dignified, she's wearing black, she carries herself upright.
What do you intend to do here today?
To answer any questions that the attorneys might ask me to answer.
Do you have any evidence bearing on this case?
I do know that this is my son.
She was just amazingly composed, testifying at the courthouse and saying, yes, it was his body.
To speak eloquently and to be elegantly composed to tell her truth. That was remarkable. She was black girl magic and black excellence rolled into one.
The defense, upon cross-examination, asked in a very aggressive line of questioning whether she had an insurance policy on Emmett Till. Had he ever been to a reform school? Had he ever had trouble with white people? And it was by my reading, a backhanded way of suggesting that he might have been a troublesome boy to begin with.
She knew that justice may not occur in that courtroom, but she had to do her part. And her part was to tell not just about her son truthfully, but also to face down Mississippi.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.